Wrestling with an attitude. So let's just get right to it, man. WrestleMania 40 is just a week and a couple days away, and I think it's time for some predictions. We don't know if the match card is finalized just yet, but I think it's about time we put some predictions on the table and, see if we can get some receipts later. All right, so we're going to kick it right off. First match we're going to talk about here is AJ Styles versus LA Knight. And so this isn't just a WrestleMania 40 prediction show. This is a prediction and a bold prediction show. So we're going to talk about both. Now, disclaimer. Before we even get started, let's set some house rules on what a bold prediction is. Okay, a bold prediction is something that's not likely to happen. So I definitely don't want to see or don't need to see no,
"Oh yeah, you're a stupid motherfucker. You said this was gonna happen, and it wasn't even gonna happen. How dumb can you be?"
I don't need to hear none of that. Because some of these predictions, I know ain't gonna happen. Trust me, I know it's not gonna happen. But it's a little bit fun to just, throw some things out there and see if at least one of these things happen. So I'm gonna give you guys the most likely thing to happen, and I'm gonna give you guys some outlandish shit that just might happen. We'll see. All right. Like I was saying, LA Knight, AJ Styles. My prediction is that LA Knight is going to win. He's going to win clean. He's going to get back on that momentum he was on before WWE just seemed to halt his push a little bit. More than likely to focus on the whole Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Rock, Seth Rollins thing, taking the forefront. So I think LA Knight's going to go in. He's going to win clean, and that's going to be that. He's going to win his feud with AJ Styles. But I got to give you a bold prediction now. And my bold prediction is that the newly signed Tama Tonga is going to interfere in the match and assist AJ Styles to claiming a victory, and it's going to kick off a whole new thing going forward after WrestleMania. And that would be super exciting. That's my bold prediction for their match. Now, do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. I mean, first of all, did WWE even sign Tama Tonga? First and foremost. Secondly, is Tama Tonga going to be saved for post WrestleMania? We don't know. That's what I need to find out. So we all gonna find it out at WrestleMania. But yeah, that's my prediction. LA Knight getting the victory clean. And my bold prediction is Tama Tonga assisting AJ Styles and win the victory. I know everybody's like, oh yeah, Tama Tonga is going to join the bloodline, yada yada. I think that's the predictable thing to do. And I don't know how much of a bloodline is going to be left after WrestleMania. We'll see. We got to see how that whole thing plays out. The 6-pack ladder match. New Day, DIY, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest. And I think on SmackDown tonight, there's going to be another qualifying match. The teams aren't even fully solidified yet. But I'm going to go ahead and give my prediction because I think that for the most part, the team I'm going to choose has already made it into the match. So my prediction for the 6-pack ladder match is going to be DIY winning the tag team championships. Tag team titles, whatever you want to call the championship title, I don't give a shit. But that's what I think is going to happen. I think DIY is going to pull it off. And that's going to be my prediction for that match. But now, what's going to be my bold prediction? My bold prediction for the match is that two teams, one of them DIY, and another team are going to simultaneously grab the tag team titles and pull them down on the ladder, splitting the titles into something that should have been done, oh my God, something that should have been done ages ago. They're going to pull the two titles down, split them apart, and we're finally going to return to having two tag team titles. I get it that the tag division has been literally nothing for so long, but a part of the reason it's been nothing for so long is because they've had the tag titles on either the Usos or Priest and Balor, or just like two guys that are really like single competitors. Not the Usos, that was a whole different thing. Like, for the most part, two guys that were single competitors. Like, I mean, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso at one point had the tag titles. That's who Finn and Damian Priest got the tag titles from. So, yeah, they need to get those titles back to where we're seeing actual teams like Pretty Deadly getting the titles and, you know, getting to have a good run with them. So that's kind of how, like, I'm looking at it. So I think this is a prime opportunity to split those titles up again and actually have one set of titles on Raw and one set of titles on SmackDown. I've always thought how it was kind of dumb that you have a team that could travel to both shows to defend the title. I always thought that was dumb. It makes a lot more sense when it's the women's tag team title, because the women's tag team division isn't flush like the men's tag team division, or at least the men's tag team division is trying to be. Brother versus brother, Jimmy versus Jey Uso. Okay, so we already know how this is going to go. For the most part, Jimmy is great. Jimmy has been fired for a long time since him and Jey split. Jimmy has been super entertaining. So I want to give Jimmy all the credit in the world. All the credit in the world on how awesome his character has been since the Usos split up. But if you don't think Jey Uso is winning this match, I don't know what to tell you. I literally think amongst all the matches at WrestleMania, this one is probably the easiest one to figure out what's going to happen. Jey Uso's going to win, ladies and gentlemen. Jey Uso's going to win. I don't think Jimmy stands a chance. Jey Uso has been hot for a while. Jey Uso is a legitimate main eventer. Jimmy is, for lack of a better word, a lackey. No pun intended. And he's not beating Jey. But that's just my prediction on the match. But what about my bold prediction? This is super bold, y'all. A new family member debuts and helps Jimmy win the match. A new family member. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole, you know, which family member is going to come from what promotion or this, that, and the third, because I honestly don't know. I haven't thought about what family member it will be that interferes in the match, but either way it goes, I don't think that's going to happen. I think the far more likely thing to happen is going to be that Jey just beats Jimmy, and it's going to probably be like one of the first dominoes to fall in the destruction of the bloodline in WrestleMania. That's what's most likely to happen. Sami Zayn versus Gunther. Now, I don't necessarily, okay, first and foremost, I kind of think that this should have been a triple threat match with Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, and Gunther. I know a lot of fans feel like that, and I'm right there with you. I feel like that too. But, I mean, hell, there is no but. That's just what I think should happen. I think, my prediction, I think that Gunther is going to defeat a very game Sami Zayn. I think Sami will put up a good fight, but Gunther, man, he's just unstoppable right now, for the most part. Now, this is where it gets fun, because my bold predictions for this match, in comparison with the Jimmy versus Jey thing, where I think that my bold prediction is not likely to happen at all, my bold predictions, because I have two of them, my bold predictions for this match, number one, Chad Gable cost Sami Zayn his match against Gunther. Sami Zayn is going to look like he has Gunther dead to rights, and here comes Chad Gable screwing Sami over because he's pissed off that Sami took away his WrestleMania opportunity. I think that has a very high chance of happening. Very high chance of happening. Bold prediction number two. Bold prediction number two, y'all. I think that Damian Priest After Gunther wins, I think that because either way it goes, no matter what, I think Gunther walks out with the Intercontinental Championship. After Gunther wins, however, I see Damian Priest cashing in his Money in the Bank to cash in and take the title from Gunther. Here's why. Because right now, when you look at the landscape of both the World Heavyweight title and the Undisputed title, there's really nowhere for Damian Priest to fit in. No, I don't think so. Damian Priest challenge. He went face to face with Gunther about a few weeks ago, and it was kind of insinuated that he might challenge Gunther. So I think that they're going to walk out. The Judgment Day had already threatened to walk out of WrestleMania with the Intercontinental title. They told Gunther that, and I think that's what they're going to do. I think I'm almost leaning more. I almost will guarantee that this was going to happen, y'all. I ain't gonna say you heard it here first, but I think this is what's going to happen. Damian Priest is going to cash in on Gunther. Damian Priest is going to end Gunther's historic Intercontinental title reign. Because at this point, what else is Damian Priest going to do with the briefcase? I just don't see him entering into a feud with Seth Rollins or Drew McIntyre. Maybe Drew McIntyre. But if that's the case, and we'll talk about this later, but if that's the case, then maybe Damian Priest is going to cash in on Drew at WrestleMania, but I don't think that's going to happen because more than likely, Drew is going to be fighting CM Punk for that championship in a few months. So I really think that the far more likelihood is that Gunther is going to lose his Intercontinental title to Damian Priest via cash-in. Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. This match just seemed like it was all just thrown together. It kind of feels like it's just giving like some of the stars something to do. But my prediction, and this is going to be very lame because I can't really see any hijinks going on in this match. Like, what are we talking about? KSI getting involved or something? I think that Logan Paul's going to win. He's going to retain the U.S. title because Logan Paul brings more eyes to the product, and his reign hasn't been that long to where it was suggested it makes a ton of sense for him to lose his title. So I think he's going to retain. My bold prediction, however, is that Randy Orton wins the U.S. title. I don't see Kevin Owens winning this match. Randy Orton, this won't be his first ever U.S. title. I don't really see the purpose of Randy Orton winning. He doesn't need it. Like, he already had it. So if someone else other than Logan Paul won, I think it will be Randy Orton, but I think this is going to be a pretty straightforward match, maybe a little bit of interference from some of Logan Paul's guys, but I think for the most part, you're just going to see a Logan Paul victory here at WrestleMania. Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley. My prediction for this match is simply going to be that Rhea Ripley's going to win. I don't think it's time to take the title off of her. I understand a lot of people are getting superstar fatigue with Rhea Ripley, but she is her, so there's no reason to take the title off of her right now. But man, do I have a hell of a bold prediction for you. And this bold prediction goes hand in hand with what we're going to talk about here in a little bit. A double turn. And I'm talking about a situation where Becky Lynch starts to use nefarious means to take the title off of Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley has to fight to persevere it. Becky Lynch ends up winning in a cheating fashion because Rhea Ripley is over. She's super over. she's basically a babyface, and honestly, I can see a double turn happening here. Becky Lynch walks out of heel, Rhea Ripley walks out of face, and it's going to tie into what I think might happen later in the night or the next day. I don't know which one is night 1 or night 2 yet. Bayley, Io Sky. This match has kind of been an afterthought to me. I haven't really put much thought into this match. But I think Bayley's going to win. I think that she has all the motivation. She has all the fans behind her as far as like the whole situation winning the Royal Rumble. I think Bayley got this one. I'm actually going to double down on Bayley winning this match because my bold prediction is going to be that Julia helps Bayley win the match. And that's going to be fucking awesome. Like, I'm not even finna lie. If Julia helps Bayley win a match, it would just make so much sense. It would make so much sense. You have her come down. You have Damage Control standing there like, yeah, she's here to help us. She's here to help us. And what does she do? She helps Bayley get the title off of Io Sky. And then we're going to go for it. And we're just going to have all those ladies feuding with each other for the foreseeable future. And I think that would be pretty fucking dope, if I do say so myself. Let me go ahead and pat myself on the back there if that happens, because we all know that I am him when it comes to booking wrestling shit. Just know that. Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. You know what? I thought this whole feud was stale, because it was, quite honestly. I thought this whole feud was stale, primarily because the key focus has been on Seth Rollins' involvement in Cody Rhodes' thing with the bloodline. So I think this whole thing has been an afterthought, and I think that's actually going to play into the storyline itself. I think that Seth is going to be so focused on the situation with Cody, Roman, and The Rock that it's going to take away his focus on his title defense against Drew McIntyre, and I think that's why Drew McIntyre is going to win, but Drew McIntyre will not win clean. Drew McIntyre will enlist the bloodline because he's a hypocrite, and he's going to get help from the guys he complained so many times about screwing him over in his hometown, and he's going to have them help him take the title off of Seth. That's my prediction for that match. But now let's get my bold prediction. I think once again here, I'm going to double down on Drew McIntyre winning. So I think that in my opinion, there's a 100% chance that Drew McIntyre is walking out of WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion. And my bold prediction is that when he wins, Damian Priest is going to try to cash in on him and fail. That would destroy Damian Priest. I'm not even finna sit here and lie to y'all. That would destroy Damian Priest's reputation. But the thing is like, I think they're getting into Otis territory with Damian Priest having the Money in the Bank briefcase. That's why I said I think it makes more sense for him to cash in on Gunther, because at this point, it's kind of like, what are you going to do with it? So, could I see him trying to cash in on Drew and then failing? Yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen at all. That's one of these bold predictions that's closer to 0% than 100%. And I think that really what we're going to get is just what I said. Seth losing his title, and that's going to play a big role into some of my bold predictions for the two biggest matches at WrestleMania, which are the next two matches we're going to talk about. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins versus The Rock and Roman Reigns. Called Roman Reigns. My prediction. So before I tell you my prediction, this whole thing, in my opinion, has been booked perfectly. From the moment The Rock came back to now, this has all been booked perfectly. They had a little hiccup in the beginning, but the fans spoke and they did the swerve. And, I'm good with that because this has been awesome since The Rock turned heel and everything. I love it. and it's bringing a lot of casual fans and people who haven't watched in years back to the product, back to being fans of professional wrestling. But my prediction for the tag match is that Cody and Seth will win and The Rock will turn on Roman Reigns. I feel like that is the most basic, most likely thing to happen. The basic, most likely thing. And it took me a long time to actually go over how all this is going to play out. But I think that's the most likely thing to happen. I'm not saying that's what will happen, but I think the easiest and most likely thing to happen will be that The Rock turns on Roman Reigns. The Rock tells Roman Reigns that you are the tribal chief, but motherfucker, I'm the high chief. And at the end of the day, I'm the high chief. I'm the final boss. I'm the people's champion. And I'm the great one. And all you are is a tribal chief and a dude sitting at the head of the table. There's levels to this shit. And he's going to turn on Roman Reigns. And he's going to make sure that Cody goes into the second night of WrestleMania with a clean slate and able to fight Roman one-on-one. That's the most likely and basic thing that I can say I think will happen. But now it's time to get a little bit crazy, because my bold prediction happened. It will take this already great WrestleMania to new heights and make it one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. My bold prediction for the tag match, and let's call this Seth Rollins Part 1. My bold prediction for the tag match: Seth Rollins, whose wife already turned heel earlier in the night or the previous day. Seth Rollins attempts to screw Cody Rhodes over. So when I say attempts to screw Cody Rhodes over, this is what I mean. In the burning super kick, you can't accidentally curb stomp somebody. So I think the super kick is probably the best way to go about it. Just something intentional, something unintentional that looks unintentional, but actually is intentional, or like him trying to like drag, like go slow to help Cody kick out or something like that. Seth like basically acting like he doesn't want to screw Cody over, but being passive aggressive and like acting like he's trying to help him. But in reality, he wants Cody to lose the match, because Seth Rollins still remembers that however long, I think it was WrestleMania, 2 WrestleManias ago, Cody debuts, embarrasses him at WrestleMania, enters a feud with Cody. Cody embarrasses Seth 2 more times, one time with a torn pec, and Seth Rollins has never let it go. Seth Rollins just lost his title earlier in the night, and now he's like, I'm not about to sit here and watch this man who basically has embarrassed me for years and treated me like I was beneath him. I'm not about to watch him succeed. Not on my watch. So, but night 1, he still wants the fans on his side. So he kind of wants to make it to where it looks like, man, Cody, we gave it our best shot. We just couldn't get it done. Good luck with everything against the Bloodline tomorrow night. He doesn't want him to win, so maybe he super kicks him by accident. Maybe he just happens to slip off the apron when Cody goes for a tag. Maybe he's peeking over the ring and he's seeing Cody getting pinned and he's not really in a rush to help Cody kick out. You know, little stuff like that. Because in reality, he doesn't want Cody to fucking win. He wants Cody to live in misery like him because he just lost his title earlier in the night. Like, imagine a world. Think about this. Imagine a world where Seth loses the World Heavyweight title and then helps Cody win the Undisputed title later that night. And after all the shit they've been through, like hatred-wise, yeah, man, that's not happening. I don't see that happening, bro. I really don't see that happening. Cody should not trust Seth. Should not. Then that's why it's a bold prediction, but oh man, it's gonna get crazy if that happens. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. So in scenario number 1, The Rock already turned on Roman. The Rock already ensured that Cody Rhodes is going to get a clean match against Roman Reigns because he screwed his cousin over the night before. And in this scenario, In fact, in both scenarios, I'm not even gonna lie, bold prediction is the same way. Cody Rhodes wins the Undisputed title, and he walks out of WrestleMania. He finishes the fucking story. That's how I think it goes. Bold, but wouldn't it be a little anticlimactic if Cody just beats Roman Reigns? Do you guys really think that it's just gonna be that easy? They lose the tag match, and then the second night, Roman just plays fair, and Cody doesn't, and Cody just beats Roman clean? That's not what's gonna happen. That's not what's gonna happen. Bold prediction. Seth Rollins tries to screw Cody Rhodes over and still fails. So I'm doubling down on Cody. No matter what happens, Cody is walking out of WrestleMania with the Undisputed title. But, oh man, it's Seth Rollins. So imagine it. So that's why I said this is called Seth Part 2. The night before, Seth passive-aggressively tried to get Cody to lose so Cody would have to fight the entire bloodline by himself. But Seth failed. Cody found a way to win. So because that happened, remember, The Rock said that that the bloodline will not be allowed to interfere in the match if they lose the tag team match. He didn't say anything about somebody else. He didn't say the same thing about somebody else. And that's why I think I could see Seth coming to the ring, maybe curb stomping Cody, and then walking back up the ramp, thinking, yeah, Cody, fuck you, it's over. Roman's going to retain the title. I hate him, but I fucking hate you too. But Cody kicks out of the curb stomp after Roman tries to pin him. Because maybe Cody hit Roman with a crossroads, Seth curb stomps Cody, Roman crawls, and then pins Cody. 1, 2, Cody kicks out. Seth Rollins is already thinking that he got the job done. He didn't. Cody stays in it. Cody finds a way to beat Roman. Cody walks out, but now Cody knows Seth tried to fuck me over, because I totally expect Roman to take a break after he loses his belt at WrestleMania. I think he's going to take a break, so you don't got to worry about Cody and Roman having a rematch or anything like that. The path will be clear for Seth to feud with Cody. I know it's a brand split, but I just think that have they ever respected the brand split? Come on. So that's what I think is going to happen, man. And with that, those are all my bold predictions for WrestleMania 40. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys watched. I'm going to be doing a lot more content like this going forward. And you know what I'm saying? We the Crimson Mask gang. We do this and we out.